Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK the Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Happy 2024.
I'm sad.
It was late last night. And because, of course, today kids went back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So getting Sadie to bed was a challenge.
Oh, I bet.
But when she finally did, I don't think she fell asleep until almost 2 a.m.
Well, it's hard to get back on schedule.
Very hard.
It's very hard.
So, but she got up right up this morning. She was excited, I think, to wear like some of her new clothes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I remember that. I remember that.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She got to wear her new like mini Uggs. I dropped her off at school this morning.
Perfect day
all the
for
girls
it,
look the same.
It's not wet.
Right. Not wet, but it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it's 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of forgot. Like, okay, so a new year. It's literally a new year. It's 2024. Now I have to write 24 on everything.
I know.
I'm gonna be messing that up for at least 2 months.
I just can't believe it's 2024 already. Like I can remember trying to calculate when Bryn was going to graduate and thinking, wow, 2024 is so far away.
That's how I feel. That's how I have felt about 2030. But I know it will be here in a flash.
It will.
Like I know that.
It happens so fast. Like so freaking fast. And yeah. So here we are in 2024 and we're getting an episode out.
We are.
And you know what? We're ready. We're ready, really ready to get back in the swing of things. And
we say that every time we record.
We do.
So it's going to be what it is.
Right. Yeah.
But it's also, I think we talked about this last episode. It's winter. Holidays are over.
Right.
Settling in for a long winter's not nap, but
no,
because life goes on. But
that's right.
It's cold. We're not out doing as much.
No. I will say though, I am super happy that I can still see the ground.
I know, same.
I mean, I know it's cold, but like, yeah. Speaking of cold, Brody left his laptop. Okay, so they get 2 weeks off from school, and because they go to a private school, so they have dorm students. So I believe that they do that so the dorm students can go home because they're from other countries. And so they get 2 weeks off, and
which is really awesome.
Yeah, and it's good for them because I'm telling you, I know everybody does, but like it just seems like they're like the 2 weeks before the holidays, they are just stressed out because they've got all these tasks and trying to get things done. So it's just a nice break. And so Brody left his laptop in his backpack, his MacBook, like a newer MacBook, in the car in Bryn's car for 2 weeks.
Whoops.
Over 2 weeks.
Whoops.
And Brenda doesn't get in her trunk. Like she just doesn't, because she doesn't need to. And so she had last night, and she was like, oh, Brody's backpack's there. But she didn't think, because she had friends, they were doing stuff, and so she like kind of forgot about it. So it's not her fault. But this morning Brody's looking everywhere for his backpack, and Bryn's like, it's in my car. You left it there. And this was like 7:00 in the morning. I get up. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because that will kill a battery. That will like kill a battery.
Yeah.
And you can't just easily replace the battery on a MacBook. You can't do it yourself. You used to be able to, but you can't anymore.
Right.
And so I was like, bring it in, and we're like resuscitating it. So like we're doing like skin to skin care. Well, no, we're not, because it's metal. So I have a t-shirt. First, Kevin puts it under his like sweatshirt, in between his sweatshirt and his t-shirt. And he's like a baby. We're like trying to like warm it up slowly. And then like I get it because I throw off more body heat. So we're getting it. And so, you know, Bryn's, trying to go, and we're like, just hold on, we just got to just make sure it turns on, because it's completely dead anyway,
Right.
So we plug it in, and I hear that beautiful sound, that bling, when you like plug something in.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. Okay, now let's make sure the screen still works. And it just popped up. I'm like, you are so lucky.
Ugh.
You are so lucky. But I just feel bad because I was like really pissed. And it really affects Brody when I get upset.
Yeah.
And so I made sure I apologized before he left. But he was like, no, I deserve it. Because sometimes I just think kids don't really think about things like that until it's too late, like
Correct. This is how
that's
they learn. Yeah.
so, you know,
And you know what, though? He'll never do it again.
no, he won't.
Well,
No, he won't.
knock on wood.
No, he won't. He like when things like this happen, no, he won't do it again. So
Thank God it still works.
mhm,
That was lucky.
that's right.
And now he knows
That's
to
right.
think of that.
That's right.
That is the most important thing. That's
So yeah,
lessons learned today.
that's right. So
Also, they were off like that. That would have been in her car for almost 2.5 weeks.
right, because
because of the weekends.
Uh-huh.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Never thought, it was like, it never dawned on you to like, where's my backpack? He's like, no, no, no. He's
I mean,
honest.
if there's no school.
Right, right. And thing about Brody is he never has homework because he does it all
Right.
in school.
Right.
So yeah. So it's like, yeah. But anyway,
We were doing homework last night at it was 11 o'clock. It was about 10:30. And I said, I was getting her backpack ready, trying to get her to go lay down.
mhm.
And she was like, oh, I might have a few math problems I need to do.
Oh shit.
And I was like,
That
excuse
sounds
you?
like Bryn.
So a few math problems was 400.
Like, excuse me?
There were 400. It was like times tables.
Oh my God.
It's like a rapid thing that they have to do in class. They have 3 minutes to do like however many pages or whatever. And so but it was many pages. And it wasn't, she didn't have to do it, but if all the kids did it, then they were going to be able to like use a calculator on a quiz this week or something.
Oh, well, that's good. Hey.
So, and she was like, I'm not going to be the one that doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm. I get it, Sadie.
That's what we were doing.
I don't want to be that person.
But like, really?
I know.
It was after 10:30.
I know. Yeah. Seriously, story of my life. Story of my life with Bryn. Not anymore. This year, Bryn has just been like completely like together. But yeah, I would go
growing up.
What'd you say?
She's growing up.
I know. She's an adult. She's 18 now. And
I know.
Oh, we got tattoos. I didn't talk about that.
Oh, that's right.
We got tattoos.
That's right.
That was one big thing. Like, it's been a couple years now that we've been talking. Well, she brought it up, not me, that she wanted to get matching tattoos, and we wanted to do something like family incorporated because we're very close. So, the moon has always been a thing with the kids, like especially with my mom. My mom would be like, let's go look at the moon. And so they'd go outside and like look at the moon all the time, always. So it's so it's like 4 moon phases. Very simple design of the day we were born. So what the moon was like that night. And then we got like a semicolon because mental health has been a big thing between, for Bryn and I, and that's an important thing. So that's one thing she wanted to get, and we got it together. So it takes up like my whole forearm.
I love it.
I honestly, I absolutely love it. I will tell you, at first I was a little shocked because it was so big. I wasn't the tattoo artist I went to is a friend, and like I never saw anything before I actually went there. Like I told him what we wanted. Um and it was exactly what Bryn wanted, but I was actually envisioning something a little different. So it was hard for me to wrap my head up, but it's all about her. Like it's not about me. Like this is what she wanted to do and this is her thing. So I just got it, but then I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, your expectations were a little
it.
different, but I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And now that it's like settled into your skin.
Yeah, it's much better. I'm definitely going to get more now because I've always wanted to have a sleeve anyway. So there's the start of it. It has begun.
I want to know what you're going to get for an NKOTB tattoo.
I have been thinking about that. I
still want you to get the NSYNC.
Oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Why not? Right?
I really think you need to. I can't wait to see it.
Seriously, why not?
Well, I'm not going to get one, but
no, but I mean, I'll
like live through you.
Right.
You've always wanted that. You've always wanted
the fire symbol one.
Yes, the fire symbol.
So
you've always wanted it.
I have, and they have it. So why not?
Right. True.
Did we see Joey's? Did we ask him to see his when we talked to him?
I think we saw his.
We did. Yes, I feel like he showed it to us.
He did.
And then we told him the story about like how I was going to do it, and you were like, "No, Nikki, do not do it." But the thing is, you need to go to like a reputable artist, and like,
which is not what we did when we were 18.
We did not go. We did not go to a reputable artist when we were 18. No, we did not.
I mean, we did the best we could with the knowledge we had.
Right, which was Yellow Pages.
Right, and who had availability.
Right, exactly. For that moment.
That should have told us.
Yes.
That should have told us.
You know that guy that like waves the red flags on TikTok? Have you seen him? He has like a big red flag and he like jumps up.
Yes.
And, like,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been
so many the entire time, but alas, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And I actually was thinking about getting a cover up because my friend Sam specializes in that. He does some crazy work, but I'm gonna just keep it because it's part of me, and it's
a real good story.
It is a good story. It's green. It is green. It's like faded and green,
right? Because it was black tattoo,
right?
From the olden days,
but like
from the Navy,
right from the Navy back in 46. It looks just like one of the tattoos my Uncle Sankey got. It's like blurred and like so yeah.
We didn't talk about the week before Christmas, our storm.
Oh my God, you guys.
I was without power for 4 days.
Yeah.
And
right before Christmas, like literally right before Christmas.
Right. I got it back Friday before Christmas, the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
And also I had a big tree fall in my fence and my pool. So my pool is squashed.
I was so upset.
Well, you know what's ironic? Do you remember that day when I was at work? And you were texting me and you were kind of freaking out.
Because I was worried about my pool.
Yes. Nikki was freaking out about her pool.
Because
like, oh my God, these trees, they're blowing.
Right.
The roof is blowing off the house next door, which is you own.
Yes.
And the pool's gonna get squashed. You said a little hysterical.
Yeah, I definitely was, because we have our property is the word abuts. Is that the word?
Yes.
City property. and they need to take care of these trees. They are old trees that need to come down. They need to come down. And it was just going to take one storm like that. And it would have like not only obliterated our pool, but also our porch and our house, like our roof. So I was terrified. And I was like, I was in tears at a certain point because I was looking out and watching the trees swaying. And Brooke's like, Nikki, that's what insurance is for. And she said that. And literally, not even a couple hours later, she was like, well, my pool's gone. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I
went home. Up. Yeah. Oh yeah. The fence is dented because it's a chain link fence. It's not for privacy. It's just for keeping people out. Because again, our property, like this was our neighbor's tree that fell. There's a ton of old trees and there are neighbors' trees and there's some dead ones, like, and they're really big and really tall. And this is all it was going to take. The tree didn't come up at the roots. It actually broke. Oh. And it's actually still back there on our pool because I can't find anybody to come take care of it. But it's been the holidays, so that's hard.
Right. And everybody, you guys all over here, there are trees with roots, just like trees literally came out of the ground. Like hundreds.
Oh yeah, there's trees everywhere. Like all through my neighborhood, because I have like our neighborhood it was built in the 70s. So like the trees are all mature. There were some really big ones. And that's why our power was out for 4 days, because a big tree fell on lines. And the power guys would come out, but the tree guys wouldn't be here. Then the tree guys would come out, but then the power guys weren't here. So they couldn't do one without the other, but they don't do the same thing. Anyway. So I've been dealing with insurance. Happy holidays.
And you had to have thank God you had a generator.
Yeah.
Because there were thousands of people that didn't. And the problem with generators is people don't know how to use them. And oftentimes what happens is they bring them inside.
Yeah, no.
And they die because, it's because they bring them inside because like you have to use extension cords and stuff. Like unless your house is prepped for a generator. So you can have your house prepped for a generator and basically the generator will turn on like certain parts of your house.
That's what mine That's what mine is.
Oh, that's
mine's an on-demand.
Okay.
It's an on-demand generator and it runs about 70% of the house.
Yeah.
Which is
fine. Is good. But
we
no
had
hot
our
water.
Fridge. We didn't have our hot. So yeah, long story short, we got a new hot water heater and it's runs off of electric, but it's not. We can't. It's too powerful to put on the generator.
Yeah,
because then we would lose other things. So we chose to keep it off the existing generator. We could get a larger generator, but it runs off propane and it will just blow through propane faster if we got a larger generator. And like we ran through a lot of propane in 4 days running it constantly. Right. We wouldn't have had it for that long and we wouldn't have been able to get a delivery.
Right. And that's the problem with propane. If you're not constantly getting it delivered, it's next to impossible to get it delivered.
Right.
Especially
like
during
we're on
winter.
An auto schedule for it. But
because we had propane just for our stove.
Yep.
Next door. And I'm not really sure why, but because we didn't have a gas line. We didn't have natural gas at the time. Now we have natural gas, so our house is powered. Our heat and everything is natural gas. But next door, it was a propane tank, and I can remember it depleted.
Yeah, if it's out, it's out.
Like they wouldn't come unless we signed like a contract. And so we were moving we were either getting natural gas hooked up like sometime sooner, but we like went without a stove for a little bit because we couldn't get natural gas delivered and propane delivered. So
yeah,
it's Maine. When you have cold weather, and it's not just Maine, it's people, there's so many other components that go into this when you lose power. I'm extremely lucky. The reason why we didn't plan like for a generator for our house is because we're on the same grid as the hospital. There's a smaller hospital. There's like a large hospital in Bangor. That's like the big one. But then we have a smaller hospital that I prefer to go to. And that's like kind of across the street. It's like not your typical like hospital neighborhood. So it's lots of residential. It's like all residential and then like a hospital, if you can picture that. It's not like do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes,
it's not like in a city, like a business district. It's just like a hospital in a residential
in the middle of a
district.
bunch of houses.
Yes. So we're very lucky. The generators are so loud for the hospital though. They're so loud because what was weird is we lost power twice when there wasn't a storm. Everything was over.
Yeah.
Our friend, Kevin's business partner, texted him and said, "Oh, we got power." Immediately, just as he texted that, we lost it. And we're like, and then I was like, we're not gonna get it back. You know, how long can they go on generators at St. Joe's? Probably a long time.
Right.
And so it was like 5 hours one time, and then it was like 5 hours another time, but it was fine. But it was just sucked because it was during the holidays for you. I mean, not for me, because 5 hours is nothing, but
it sucked because I couldn't like get stuff done.
Couldn't wrap, couldn't do like,
I mean, push comes to shove, yes, I could have gone downstairs in the closet because the light didn't work in my wrapping closet. So I could have gone with a flashlight, brought my stuff upstairs. It would have been fine. Actually, because we didn't have power last year on Christmas Eve.
Oh, you didn't? That's right.
No, a similar thing happened last year. Only we didn't lose it for as long. We lost it for like 2 days. But so it would have been fine. But it was so annoying because we had like extension cords running through the house because I wanted the tree lights to work.
Yeah, because it's Christmas.
And like in order for the Wi-Fi to work, he has to run an extension cord from another outlet somewhere, and it was just annoying. So anyway, like it was fine. It would have been fine. It all worked out fine. We got it back. I got my wrapping done. I hosted Christmas Eve.
We were really lucky because it was super warm. So that was a good thing. Like people weren't freezing because it was super warm. It was like in the 50s, high 40s, mid 50s. Like that's unheard of for this time of year. And so that was like a blessing for a lot of people because there were people without power until the day after Christmas. I admit there may be still people without power. The storm was I'm going to tell you, it's the worst storm I've ever seen. And we went through Hurricane Gloria, like back in the 80s, and that was a bad one. This was the worst one I've ever seen.
And then we had the ice storm.
Well, the ice storm was like the worst, but like as far as like winds and stuff.
Oh yeah, this was the worst for winds. Yeah.
The ice storm was the worst storm ever. In 1998, our senior year. Worst storm ever.
It was, but we didn't lose power.
Oh, we lost power for almost 3 weeks because we were at the end of the neighborhood and there was 5 houses. And because we were such a small, it was like 3 weeks.
You're low priority.
Right. I lived at my boyfriend's house at the time.
Yeah.
Which was uncomfortable because I just wanted to be home. And I just didn't, like.
But the ice storm was dangerous to go out in.
It was like, you guys, if you could just, like, the National Guard was here, like in their big vehicles and stuff, were like out helping.
But don't worry.
What'd you say?
Don't worry. But don't worry. I got to work at the Sunglass Hut almost every day.
That's right. The mall did not close.
The mall did not close. Therefore, the Sunglass Hut had to be open or else you'd get fined. So I would go work
stupid.
5 to 9 almost every night because I was one of the only ones that had power. And I lived in town. So my dad would take me. Because my dad had to go to work too.
That was like the first time I took a cab.
You took a cab?
I did. I took a cab from my boyfriend at the time's house to my parents' house because my parents couldn't get out because of all the downed wires.
Yeah.
At that particular time. They eventually people came and moved the wires so that you could just like never touch a down wire. Never. That's a commercial. Ever.
That's an old commercial.
That's an old commercial.
From up
I love
here.
that commercial. But yeah, it was crazy. It was in our yearbooks too, which was kind of crazy. Because we in our yearbooks, and I don't know if you guys work the same, but there's this little section that had like events that went on like 1997 to 1998, you know, and the ice storm.
Like news stories and like celebrity gossip.
Yeah, because it was weird because we went back to school. It was Christmas vacation. It was like we literally went back to school one day.
Yep.
And then we were off for 2 weeks.
Yep.
I took a shower at Bangor High School multiple times because we saw a basketball practice.
You did? Yeah.
Yep.
My cousin had basketball practice. I remember.
Yep. And I don't remember how I got there. I don't think I would stay at my boyfriend's house all the time. Like at first it was like, oh, cool. Like I get to stay the night. No, like that novelty wore off real quick. So I think I was like taking showers there, which I didn't really know them that well. You know what I mean? Because we hadn't been dating that long. And so it was just a weird situation altogether. But yeah, a lot of talk of that happened when all this went down. But we're good now. We've got the roof next door is better, but we've got our house and then we have a rental house next door to that, and a tree collapsed on the house, but luckily it just broke a window. We're very lucky.
That's good.
So the pool, everything came up. So like I had like it all covered. It was nice. I was like, this year is going to be so much better for the pool. I mean, but at least, you know, I'm so sorry that
at least you have one.
I'm so sorry. So
we were meticulous about covering our
very
pool this
meticulous
year too.
Yes. Yeah.
We were like all about closing it and doing it the right way.
We did it all the right way.
And we bought a really nice cover, which is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, that's fine. And it's been a struggle to find a pool company that's open this time of year.
Right.
A lot of them close for the season up here because they obvious reasons.
And they're so busy during the summer, they don't need to be open. Like,
right. And like, it's so hard. And that's the thing. Like, if you don't get on the list early to get your pool early,
right, you
don't get it until September.
No, because I got on the list in November. No, it was January of 2020. It was before COVID. And I barely got mine in. The only reason why I got mine in is because I was annoying. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. But I did find a pool company that's open. I emailed them over the week last week, and they've already called me this morning and left a message. So I gotta call them back.
Which company?
I'm excited.
Is it the one that
Island Pools?
Oh, where's that?
Verona.
I was just gonna say, is that Verona? Because that was
and they have really good reviews.
Yes, that was one of the ones, but they couldn't even get me into the next year.
Well, I'm gonna call them back and see what they want to come out and do a site inspection. I read the message, so
awesome.
I'll have them come out and take a peek.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so now we're all caught up. And guess what today is? Should we intro?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
Welcome to the block party.
We ain't leaving out nobody.
That was a really long
intro
to the episode.
Yeah. And you guys who are listening,
we have a lot to catch up on.
We appreciate you. I know there's probably not as many people listening. It's kind of like when we first started. Like, who's listening? Let us know that you're listening.
I wonder who's listening.
Yeah. Let us know. Like, hey, yeah. I'm
glad just listen to us talk about like our weather woes.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe too, because you'll get alerts when we do release. So that way you're like, oh, good. New episode. because I've been listening to this podcast that I really like. They release their schedule was once a month.
Oh, okay.
What I like about it is that people, it's stories. Like they'll call, like people will tell their stories.
I like that.
I do like that. And I like it when people do it. Oh my God, they released one. Sweet.
Oh,
12:31.
it was like, oh my gosh, they just released it.
Yeah. So it's called You Can See Me in the Dark. Yeah. I really like it because, so, I generally like it when people do like what we do. I like listening to story, but like when it's ghost stories, it's different.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear them tell the story because I want to see if it's real or not.
Yeah.
And normally I can tell listening. So, because sometimes people, they'll add like lots of details and you're like, no, you're not telling the truth. You're fibbing. You're fibbing. So anyway, so we got a block party episode for you. We've got
yes,
stories.
we do.
And hey, maybe we'll have people on and just tell their stories. Maybe this year will be a turning time. Come on over, tell your story.
Yes, and we also have an episode idea.
Oh, Brooke. Oh my God, Brooke. Yes. This is it. This is it.
We put anything, and this is okay. So it's like if you've ever it's like tell us your secrets.
Tell us your secrets. Yeah.
Like your 80s and 90s secrets, or just or early 2000s secrets. Like, let's face it, that could be from that. If you've ever listened to the Secrets Hotline from Levin Radio,
I love it.
That's my inspiration for this.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that podcast. I love it because it's so fascinating. And these people tell secrets in their own words, in their own voice, or we have a voice changer we can use.
We can change your voice.
Nikki's a technical person for that.
So
not
you
me.
just need to tell us that you want your voice changed.
Right.
Okay. Because it's a little like there is extra work involved to do that. And I don't mind doing it. But like if I don't have to do it, that'd be great. But if I do have to do it, I don't mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's totally anonymous.
Totally anonymous.
Like totally anonymous. And you can just tell us your secrets. So like, did you go to the grocery store with your friend and her mom when you were 10 and steal earrings off of a little thing that were shaped like bears?
Did you do that?
I sure did.
Brooke Elizabeth.
We both her and I stole earrings. We were children. And then she felt so bad about it. She ended up telling her mom that night.
She was Catholic, wasn't she?
She was.
I guessed it.
And the next day her mom marched her back to the grocery store and made her like go up to like the manager and be like, I stole these. Here they are.
So, like, honestly,
I did not do that.
That's the only reason why I never stole anything, because Catholic guilt, man. And if you're Catholic, let's just be honest. It's the Catholic guilt. It's like it's ingrained in us.
It was a very bad thing to do. I was embarrassed about it. Like after she told me that she told her mom and, whatever, like I was horrified. I felt so embarrassed. But then like what?
Did you ever do it again? No.
But like, did you do something like that? Totally anonymous.
Right.
Or like listen to our episode way early on. Why are we not dead?
Why are we not dead? We need to do another one, by the way, because we found more examples.
Yeah. Did you ever meet somebody online that you like didn't tell anybody about? Or maybe you told like a couple of your closest friends and it did not turn out great and you're not proud of it, but like you'd like to tell the story because it's a little cringe, and we all like listening to stories like that sometimes.
Right. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Okay.
Yes.
One way is to call our number 857-271-1047. Okay. Once again, that's 271-1047. We'll say it again at the end of the episode. Or you can do like a voice memo and send it to us in an email.
Right. And if your email address is like identifying to you, will not.
No.
Your secret is safe with us.
We promise. I mean, we're pretty trustworthy people. Like, right. We're not going to. No.
Or just make like a burner email.
Yeah, make a Gmail. Free Yahoo, Gmail.
Right.
AOL.
Yeah, they all got them. Mm-hmm. They're all free.
So just do that. And we are so excited about this. We're going to promote it because we really want to do this. We think it will be really funny. Fun. And we think it will just be cool to hear all these stories. So,
right.
Yeah.
Tell us your secrets.
And remember, if you want your voice changed, all you have to do at the beginning of the thing, and I'll cut it out, is just say, please change my voice.
Perfect.
So
perfect.
Should we get into some stories?
Yes, we should.
Okay. Should I read the first one?
Please do.
Okay, here we go. This is Kelley's Wanderer trip. Now, I do have to preface this by saying I was supposed to be on this trip. I was supposed to be here.
That's right.
Oh, wait. No, not this one. Sorry. I'm thinking of
wasn't
Waitress.
This one?
I'm thinking of Waitress. I was supposed to be at Waitress, but this was back when Bryn was in middle school. You know what's crazy to think is like we've been doing this all through Bryn in middle school and high school.
That's crazy.
We started this when Bryn was in 6th grade. Right?
And now Sadie's in 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade. Maybe 5th grade, actually.
Oh my gosh.
And it's 7 years this year, right? Or is it 8? 18, 19, 20.
It'll be 7.
7. Lucky number 7. And I can remember us saying 5 years would be great. We're pushing for 10. Here it goes. So here is Kelley's Wanderer trip. Hey, girls. I just wanted to write a little about my trip to New Jersey to see Joey and the Wanderer. Also, I was supposed to see this. I can't remember why I wasn't able to go, but it was unfortunate. I was not able to go. Not at this time, but I was supposed to go see it at one time.
At some point.
Right. So I plan on going to the matinee with the Q&A on I have hiccups. 4/23, and then the final show on 4/24. When Mike got sick and they had to move a few shows until after the original final show, I was honestly a little bummed that I wouldn't see the final one. But I got over that. I flew into Boston and met Jill there. Jill. We hung out with Michelle in Rhode Island and road trip down to New Jersey Sunday morning. Amy Bruno joined us, and it's always a good time with friends traveling for an event. When we got to our seats, the view was amazing. Jill and I had front row off to the side. The venue was so great that there really wasn't a bad seat in the house. I want to say that I went to this knowing very minimal basic things about Dion. I really feel like I learned so much and I want to learn more. Mike Wartella played Dion and he gained a new fan in me. He is so kind and a cutie too. I got to talk to him after the Q&A show and he asked me if I was in the front row and I said yes. And he said he saw me. I told him how great the show was and that he's amazing and embodied Dion so well. He really did. I felt like I was there back in the times they were representing and witnessing it all happen in real time. I legit got lost in the show. Side note, if Mike saw me in the front row, does that mean Joey did too? Of course he did. Of course, Kelley. Of course he did. Of course he saw you. Joey's character was a deep one. When it went to intermission, I was already there with tears in my eyes. This performance was so amazing. I can't say it enough. Joey did not come out for the Q&A, and he was not outside after it either. We ended up going to dinner with Christina, and Amanda and Julie from No More Games Radio. We went to Milburn Standard and had a bit of a wait, but it was delicious. Sunday morning, Jill, Amy, Michelle, and I met up with Christina at the diner. Sorry, my cat's meowing in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. He likes to meow.
I could hear him a little bit, but that's okay. He's cute.
Michelle and I met up with Christina at a diner for breakfast, and after that, Michelle, Amy, and Jill were headed back to Rhode Island. Christina and I hung out and then went to a great little Italian place in downtown Melbourne. When walking back to the Playhouse rather early for our next show, we stumbled upon Joey taking selfies with patrons from the early show. So yes, we hung out and admired our favorite new kid. You would have too. Of course we would have. He already made it clear earlier in the day on an Instagram live that he had limited time for selfies. So we didn't want to get in line this time and would wait until after our show. Christina did get to chat a little with him, but that's her story to tell. We went to our show, and with the knowledge of seeing it before, your eyes were really opened up to things the second go around of it. Once the show ended, we headed out to find the selfie line. We both got selfies and an autograph. I told Joey I'd never been so mad at him because his character is such a dark role and not a good guy. And he just said, I'm sorry. LOL, I felt silly. Don't feel silly. Anyway, that's my Wanderer story. I really hope it makes it to Broadway. XO, Kelley. I believe it did make it to Broadway. Did it? Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I love Kelley so much.
I do too. Great pics. There's some great pictures on our website. Go check them out. So cool. And as always, Kelley, we love you and thank you for sharing your story.
Always and forever. TLA. True love always. Just like the true love always. You know the thing.
The thing in the yearbooks. Yeah.
Yep.
Or notes.
All right. Next story I'm going to read. This is Julie's meet and greet stories. Joey.
Woo.
And she writes, Hi, MSCW crew. Prior to 2019, if you would have told me I would have met Joey McIntyre 6 times in the past 3 years, I may not have believed you. But then again, my life was vastly different prior to 2019. I first met Joey at Waitress. Since then, there has always been something unique and special about each one of my meets with him. I have only met him from either his theater events or Vegas shows up to end of April 2022. My first NKOTB meet and greet will be 5/12/2022. So this is a little old.
Yes.
But okay. I hope that the first NKOTB meet and greet went fantastic.
Yes.
I'll share the meet when I went to see 12th Night with my friend Jessica on January 25th, 2020. This was my second time meeting Joey. Griffin was at the show, but I didn't meet him. I've always been a bit nervous talking to Joey.
Same girl.
Sometimes it has. Did you say same?
Yeah, same.
Same. Sometimes it has been all I could do to introduce myself and ask for a selfie. At the 12th Night matinee, I remember distinctly saying after getting my selfie, "Thank you, sir." I think this was out of habit from working with the U.S. military. That was a very kind and respectful thing to say.
Yeah.
Though. Anyway, I forgot to ask for an autograph and give him my intended pocket gift. My friend Jess encouraged me to go back and get my program book signed. I asked him, "Would you please sign this?" "Thank you, sir." I love that.
I love that too.
It kind of sounds like you, Nikki. "Thank you, sir."
It's something I would say for sure.
It is
for sure.
In my hand, I had the gift for Joey in a little drawstring bag and slipped it to him. He looked surprised and put it in his pocket. I gave Joey a pewter coin from my trip to Wisconsin in May 2019. When I bought the coin, I knew I was going to give it to him, but didn't know when. The 12th night came up, and it was the perfect opportunity. He never mentioned it in an Instagram story, and I have always wondered what he thought of it. Here it is. And it's like a little coin with it looks like it's cutouts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's cutouts or if it's like embossed in black, but it says music, blessing ring, universal language, and it has some musical notes. It's on our website.
Yeah, very cool.
And then she also included a picture of her selfie, and she wrote, "This is one of my favorite selfies, and I ended up getting it put on a photo coffee cup. Now I always have to have my cup of Joe in my Joe mug. Thank you so much for sharing." Oh, I love that story, Julie.
Thank you.
And that's a great selfie. That's a really good selfie for the first time. Yes. January 2020, before the world just changed.
Right.
Crazy.
Can you it was like now. Like
I know.
Like, could you imagine? No, thank you.
No.
No, thank
No,
you.
thank you. Hard pass.
Oh gosh.
So we got our feet wet with a couple of stories.
We did. Yes.
Diving right back into the block parties.
Right.
Diving head first.
I think we'll probably do another one next episode. Just, get those block
Yeah, we have some stories
going.
to catch up on.
Yeah.
And we thank you all for your patience.
We
and
do.
Hopefully you're listening. Yeah. Let us know if you are.
Please. Tweet. Do they say tweet now? I'm so confused.
I still
with
say
Twitter.
tweet.
I'm so
because
why?
honestly, it's stupid. That's stupid.
Why would you? Why?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But you can tweet us.
A bird. What's wrong with a bird?
Nothing. X doesn't make sense.
Nope. Nope.
No. Or you can, I don't know, talk to us on Instagram. Find our Facebook group and come tell us there.
Oh yeah.
That is actually a really great way to do it. And you can join us
on Instagram. I'm on our Facebook group. Yeah.
And if you are not already in it, it's just my so-called whatever.
Yep. On Facebook
group. And when you go to join and it asks you the questions, answer the questions. And then, you can say that you found us from listening to this episode.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we'll know oh, hey.
Right.
That would be awesome. And we love you.
We do.
And you can also find us on Instagram. You can follow us there.
Right. And on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nikki's been been sharing some of our past TikToks, and they're fun to watch again.
They are fun to watch again. I love it that they give you the opportunity to reshare them.
Because we had a period in time.
We were doing it every day.
We were really, really on it with TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still very COVID-y.
Mm-hmm.
We were home a lot more.
Yeah.
I think. And we were, we had more time, I guess. But anyway, it's been really fun to see those pop back up.
Yeah. I'm ready to do some more.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I just need ideas.
I know. That's what's hard sometimes. Yeah. It's you get those blocks.
Yeah. So it's definitely on my list this year of things that I want to do. So we'll see.
Yeah. No pressure.
Yeah. So that's all we have.
Yeah.
As always, we love to hear your stories. We encourage you to send them in. My so-called whatever at gmail.com. Yep. And again, those anonymous stories.
Yes, that phone number one more time.
It's 857-271-1047. Or again, you can send a voice memo and email it to us. Either way.
Perfect. Can they send voice memos to the phone number and text it?
I believe they can, actually.
I think they can. I feel like we've received them that way.
Yes, you can. So you could also do it that way.
Perfect. And if you want your voice changed, just in the beginning of the message, just say, hey, change my voice, please.
And there you go.
And Nikki will run it through whatever the thing is. And
you don't even have to say, please, just go change my voice.
Now, damn it. You could say that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. So, yeah. So, we love you guys. We appreciate you. And we thank you for listening.
Very much.
Very much. And happy 2024.
Oh my gosh.
It's a brand new year.
Wild and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new year, new me.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. New year, same me.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
All right. As always, we will be loving you forever.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.